Hey, what's up guys, DoubleJ here. One of the most powerful strategies in all MOBAs is split pushing. Now the first immediate reaction you have is, but DoubleJ, split push so bad, like you have the team, then you have to fight under-leveled because the carry's just pushing all by himself, he's not even, all right, calm down. Split pushing creates a win-win situation. Just give me a minute as I explain this. There are two types of split pushes. The split push when you're ahead and the split push when you're behind. Now the split push when you're ahead is the most beneficial because you kind of feel unstoppable. When you're ahead, it feels like you can 1v1 anyone. And you probably should be 1v1ing anyone if you are that far ahead. Now the easiest example I can make is when you're an ADC and you're split pushing. So let's say you're Apollo and you're split pushing and you've destroyed your lane. Now the first thing to happen is when you start applying pressure is people are going to rotate. When only one person rotates to help out that other laner, you're already creating a situation where you can win no matter what. Let's say the mid laner comes over to help stop the push. You are now in a 2v1, which you should be fine with because you are ahead. You should be able to live. You don't have to kill them both. You don't have to be a god. You just gotta live. While that's happening and it's a 2v1, your team has a 4v3 advantage against the other team. This is where communication is a big part of the game, yet everybody sucks at it. People have to tell you, hey, mid lane is coming over to stop you. On the other hand, the team also has to be smart enough to push up and attack the enemy team when they have numbers. A big part of MOBAs is just having numbers in general. So let's review. You push the lane. If nobody comes over, you kill that laner and keep pushing. While this is happening, your team should not be fighting, they should be chilling. They should be poking at the enemy and running away. Trying to keep them a little bit interested so they don't stop your push, but not really committing to anything too hard. Now, if they send a person over to stop your push and create a 2v1 situation against you, that's when the team can attack and either get that objective they're pushing, get a fire giant, get a gold fury, or they can just win the fight. While you either keep pushing and try to fight the 2v1 or back off. Highly recommend backing off. Now that's if you're ahead. If you're behind, it's a little bit different. When you're behind, you kind of gotta play like a bitch. You'll run up to a lane, start pushing it. If somebody comes, you run away and back off. Really not that hard. Just putting pressure on different parts of the map is very important. Of course, wards are very important during this also, because you don't know how many people's coming towards you if you're just pushing without wards. So when you're behind, you push the wave. If somebody comes, you can either try to fight them or just back off. Most of the time, teams don't understand how to respond to split pushes. It's really easy to defend, but they don't get that. So if they send two people over, then once again, your team has numbers and you can fight that. Even though you're behind, you should be able to win a 4v3. Of course, this is all saying the if the perfect situation. Game's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be hit or miss. There's gonna be times where you won't be able to win that 4v3, and it's important to recognize that. Another thing you can do when you're split pushing, the second you get that objective, the enemy starts to push the wave back, immediately rotate into the fight that's gonna happen. Once again, you have numbers. Even if the enemy laner rotates against you, he's still gonna be behind you the whole way. That creates a different opportunity. You can either turn and then try to fight him in the middle of the jungle, or you could just keep running and try to get in the fight before the enemy laner and make a difference there. Split pushing is a very good thing. It's just teams don't understand how to do it. When you see somebody split pushing, you don't think, oh God, it's our time to fight. We gotta do this right now. Like, no, calm down. Analyze the situation, wait until you have numbers. It's also your job, if you are the one split pushing, to communicate with your team, do not fight unless I am there or unless you have numbers. Because that is the #1 thing teams do wrong. They think, oh, we're gods amongst men, we can kill everybody by ourselves. Exactly like that, they do the weird arm flail thing too. Of course, all these tactics change for whatever character you are actually split pushing with also. If you're split pushing with Apollo, you're pretty safe. Even if somebody comes, you can usually all in the objective and then just ult away. And even while you're ulting, you can ult back into the fight and make that numbers game even stronger for you guys. Then it'll be like a 5v3 or 5v4. But then let's say if you're split pushing with somebody like Loki, you can't rotate as fast, but you have a very good chance of 1v1ing the other person. If you kill them, then voila. You have 5 players on the map, they have 4. You've already bettered the situation. You can continue to push, and your team should have an even fight. If they send somebody over to stop you, voila. Your team can then win the fight, and you can probably 1v1 and kill them too. It depends how ahead of you are. So in all reality, it's not a hard concept to understand. You push, you wait for numbers, you win. That easy. Also, I would like to point out that there is a time to split push and there is a time not to. If the enemy team is literally in your base winning the game, probably not a good time to be split pushing. You should probably be stopping them from winning. As you play the game more, you'll kind of figure out these situations for yourself, when it's a good time, when it's a bad time. Just takes a lot of practice. So I hope you enjoyed this short video. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you want me to talk about anything else like this down below. I appreciate you guys watching the video a lot. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.